So, after a few days of rain and strong winds, we came back to check on the workshop shed, and it handled everything like a champ. Nothing dramatic happened, and any moisture that touched the wood dried out and disappeared pretty quickly. The next step was finishing the sheathing on all the walls. Once that was done, the whole structure suddenly felt solid, strong, and really stable. At the top of the front wall, we opened up the sheathing to create ventilation grills. These openings will be covered with mesh on the inside. The two grills closest to the open edge of the penthouse roof were sealed with tape just to protect them from rain and wind. In the floor of the workshop, right under the internal water point and directly above the roof drain, we cut an access opening. This gives us a way to reach the drainage in case it ever gets clogged. To help prevent any blockages in the first place, we also surrounded the entire bottom of the structure with a mesh made of plastic-coated wire. After that, it was time to test everything. First, we checked the new water point. The garden hose was hooked up, and it worked exactly as it should. My dad sprayed water from all directions under the structure, while I watched through the access opening to make sure the water flowed freely and nothing was blocking it on its way to the drain. Everything worked perfectly, so we let the whole area dry out. Next, my dad cut another 2 strips of mesh and attached it to the inner side of the ventilation grills. To attach the roof cladding, we started by trimming down all the parts of the wall sheathing that were sticking up above the roof frame. Next, I finished building the soffits, the sections that extend beyond the walls and help protect the structure from rain. In our case, with strong winds and heavy rain, this part turned out to be especially important. The soffits were also necessary so we could properly attach the roof cladding and connect it to the supporting frame. On the outside, above the window, I added another board to serve as the fascia. On the other side, I installed a few support blocks so the roof cladding would have something to sit on and attach to. As you can see, instead of using metal or tin sheet, we went with corrugated polycarbonate panels. This material is highly waterproof and has some great properties like flexibility and strong structural resistance. Its design looks a bit like a honeycomb with tiny hexagonal cells, and it's a great fit for our climate. We started assembling the roof from the bottom, working our way up in 2 rows, with each panel overlapping the one below and next to it. We secured everything with screws fitted with rubber washers to make sure the roof was sealed, even though it's actually protected by another roof above it. Of course, a few screws went in the wrong place at first. Some didn't hit the wood at all, like this one. So we left them in temporarily, then later we'll remove them and seal the holes with polyethylene foam. The angled section of the roof had to be cut to size. After measuring and marking everything carefully, my dad cut it with a disc. And of course, it fit perfectly. In the background, you can already see the clouds rolling in. The weather was about to change fast. We had just 3 screws left to put in when a sudden burst of wind and rain hit us. It came in strong, and then just like that, it was gone. As quickly as it started, it ended. Once the gust passed, I finished securing the last part, and the roof was almost perfect. And then a beetle flew by to inspect our work. Maybe it saw a home in the hexagon pattern of the cladding. Maybe it thought it was a good place to settle, or maybe it just got carried in by the wind and happened to land there. Next up, we'll take care of the window and, of course, connect the shed to electricity. After thinking it through again, my dad decided the best setup would be a single power input into the shed. Inside, we'll install a junction box, and from there the wiring will split. One line going to a light switch for the interior lighting, and 2 electrical points on the wall near the workbench, which will power several outlets.